Live.
Cool.
Yeah, that was right. Yo, time is on crack, man. I mean, because I tried to schedule it so I was gonna get in at 4 o'clock, right? But the next
Right.
thing you know, I had to feed the kids. Had to get my hair together. Well, the hair on my face. I had to get all groomed and shit. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, I look down. It's like, God, it's 5 after. So like, if I'm sweating, I'm sorry. I just got in the shower like a few minutes ago, and I'm like, but I'm here. I'm here. What's good with you?
Awesome. Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Thank you so much just once again having me on. And I'm excited to talk about the last entry into Rambo.
You must be tired of talking though, Bez. I know you just got off a live stream not too long ago, so I know you're like, man, I'm tired of hearing myself talk.
Yeah, but I don't mind, man. I love chopping up on your channel and talking about this Rambo series. It's
No
been
doubt,
awesome.
no doubt. Yeah, yo, this is bittersweet too, man. This is the last Rambo movie to talk about, but at the same time, it's not over, man. I got some more 80s cheese for your ass, and it's about to be on like a pot of neck bones. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm
All
excited.
right. So Jacob's in the house. Jacob, what's up, my man? You was in Mike's stream also. What's up? Rambo Last Blood is insanely overhated, and I do not understand the backlash to this movie. It's worth people hate this movie. Wow, I didn't know. Okay, well, yeah, well, there was some. Okay, he's right. There was some controversy when it came out, if you remember, Mike, when about the whole Mexican thing, how they said Mexicans were being misrepresented, and it was like somebody was right wing conservative, or I didn't see it like that though.
Nah, same here. And the thing is, it's a movie. It's Rambo.
Yeah.
Like he's been to all different kind of nationalities throughout this whole 5 movies, basically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but that's the times we live in, bro. Like everything is politicized. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say nothing without being like. I mean, my Nightmare on Elm Street 3 poster. Oh my God, that represents LGBT and liberal and all. No, it doesn't. It's a damn horror movie. Shut up. Damn. So before we get into it, man, just plug your channel in real quick. By the way, for those that's new to the stream right now, I got my man Mike from Did You See That? So I forgot to put the link in the description, but I'll do it after the live stream's over with. But yeah, check him out. Did You See That? He talks about movies, everything, Back to the Future. Dog, it's a dope ass channel, dope content, man. Your energy is contagious, man. I love watching your channel, bro. Even if I don't comment all the time, bro, trust me, I'm watching. I'm just lazy with the comments. So yeah, plug your channel, man, and what you got coming up.
Well, thanks, man, for the kind words. We really, really appreciate it. And exact same back to you. Like I love your dinner and a movie series, or trying Arby's burger the other day. That was awesome. Love it.
But hey, real quick too, man. That was a true story, man. When I got to the drive-through line, I swear to God, I thought it was a female talking. I was like, damn, she sound kind of cute. And I pull up there, man. It's some tall, light-skinned kid, man. He's like 19, 20 years old. I said, I said, what the Mike, I'm looking for mosquito bites, anything that says that that's a woman. Nah, he was a dude, man. I said, shit. That's what I want to say, man.
Well, to be fair, when I watched your video, and obviously, that part where you get into the window and you're saying, your order, it sounded like a woman.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you meant. I was like, that would have thrown me off big time.
Right. It fucked me up because then I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, maybe it was another person, because sometimes they have two people, doing. No, she spoke. Well, he spoke again. He's like, yes, would you like any ketchup or sauce? I'm like, ketchup? It kind of threw me for a loop, man. I said, man, look at here. I don't know who his daddy is, but listen, the way I raised my son, boy, put some bass in your voice. Let me talking like that, man.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So all right, so we're about to get into it, but plus, I mean, I have to play I gotta play a little intro first. So y'all just hold on here. We about to get into this shit right now.
time has come to face my past.
Rambo, Last Blood, Part 5. Man. Okay, so this time around, I forgot if Sly directed the fourth one, but this time it's a new director. Oh shit, I just had his name. Damn, I just had his name. Hold
up. I've got it here if you need it.
You got it? Okay, yeah, because you're good at taking notes, man.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it says it was directed by an Adrian Grunberg.
Yeah.
And they've only done one movie before this.
Yeah, that's Get to the Gringo or Get Him to the Gringo with Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, is it just me, bro, or as Sly gets older, does he just get more violent? You know what I mean? Like, dude, if you look at Sly's later work, his action movies, they're extremely violent.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on, man?
Right. It's kind of like that thing what we've discussed this whole like last 4 Rambo movies, where at the time you were saying he was in competition with Schwarzenegger,
right?
And like up and the ante every single time in every movie.
Yeah.
And I think with the violence of the 4th movie, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to go like Fast and Furious on this one and just go all out." And I'm like, I can't wait to get talking about that 3rd act.
Oh yes. Now, I did a review for this when it first came out, and I believe I gave it a B+ because just because at the time, like, okay, I appreciated it the second time around watching it. Like the second time watching it, I liked it a whole lot better. But the first time I watched it, I felt a little disappointed because it didn't feel like a Rambo movie. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like if you took the title of Rambo off of that, it could have been anything else. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't feel like Rambo. Like he lost the long hair, the mullet. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that was in there that you could tell he was Rambo was the bow and arrow. That's it. You know. But this is more like it was a straight revenge tale. It's a revenge movie. You know what I mean? Like Rambo, he's a cowboy now. He's got his little farm. He's got this surrogate family. This daughter that he took in, the girl that he take in, and he tells her, "Don't go to Mexico. Okay, Mexico's full of bad people. Don't go there because you're gonna get fucked up." She goes anyway. Tragic what happens to her. You know what I'm saying? And now he has to go full Rambo mode. You know what I'm saying? So, Mike, I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna let you take the floor. Okay, the plot was real simple. Like I said, straight revenge tale, but I found myself getting very upset and angry because this girl, like, he's telling her, do not go out there. There's some bad people out there. She's like, well, I just want to find my father. Your father's a bad person. I had to pull your father off of your mom from beating her, and he left you without even caring nothing else about you. He is a bad person. Leave it be. What does she do? She goes out there anyway. And the friend Giselle, even Rambo knew Giselle. Like, Mike, remember when she says, yeah, my friend Giselle. Remember Giselle, right? Yeah. Like, he like just totally dismissed it. Like, yeah, okay, I know Giselle. Mike, I was upset. I was angry. And I don't want to say she got what she deserved, bro, because what happened to her, I don't wish her my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, you stupid. You're an idiot. You know? And then Rambo goes out there, mind you, Mike, he's about 70 years old. He goes out there trying to hang with these young boys, and they beat him to within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, I mean, with revenge movies, the payoff is supposed to work because you want them to get payback for what happened to them because you feel so much for the character. You feel so bad about what happened. You cannot wait for them to. In this case, I didn't feel that, but I did appreciate the 3rd act, but I just didn't feel that emotional connection like I was supposed to because it didn't have to be that way. If she wasn't so stupid, none of this would have happened.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you take the floor, man. What you got to say about that?
Completely agree.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It's like you messaged me a couple of days ago, and you were saying that you noticed that every kind of allies that Rambo's come across in all these movies, they're the ones that throw him into the shit.
Yes.
And he has to pick up the pieces of their mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the last movie, he told them, explorers don't go into that war zone. Don't go to
Right.
Burma. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do?
Yep.
They went to Burma.
Right. Right. Right.
And they had to
Right.
fix their mess.
Mm-hmm.
I
Whoa.
just, wow. Okay. I mean,
So
controversial,
okay, so Mike, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but those are shit emojis, right?
right?
So he's saying this joint is straight shit.
Wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
are you saying it's the shit, or are you saying it's shit is in his trash? Elaborate, my man. Welcome,
Yeah.
Blacktastic. Yeah, Mike,
Yeah, exactly.
continue. I just had to read that.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have to elaborate. I'm intrigued. But yeah, it's like, as you said, he warns this girl, don't go to Mexico.
Mhm,
I don't think I've ever seen a movie where anything good happens in Mexico.
mhm.
It's
Right,
always bad. I'm not saying in real life it's like that. I'm sure there'd be elements, but no movie's ever portrayed Mexico as a great place to go to.
right, right.
And yeah, as you said, he's been on this ranch. I believe he's been there like 10, 11 years, or a long time after the fourth movie,
Mhm.
where we see him go to this ranch. And you're right, although he's still in great shape for his age, he's always been in fantastic shape.
Right.
He's getting older, as he said. Like, you can't ride with these smaller, these younger people, and in Mexico, especially when it's to do with like cartels,
Mhm.
like he's never really faced a cartel before.
Right.
It's always like some kind of, whatever enemy.
Some kind of like militia group, or you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but to face like gangsters, yeah, he's never faced gangsters before. Like he faced some redneck police officers and some Viet Cong and some Russians
Right.
and the people from Burma, but nothing like this. Like those cartel motherfuckers don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
they
Right.
are serious.
Wow.
My goodness. No. Okay, I'm gonna try to do my best Blacktastic impression. Hello and welcome to My Point of View movie reviews. So today I'm talking about Rambo, Last Blood. Look here, y'all. I like the first Rambo. The rest of them, not so much. This movie was terrible. I hated Last Blood. If I never see this movie again, it'll be too soon. This movie can kiss my ass. And remember, it's just my point of view. Did I get it? Did I get it kind of right?
Fantastic.
Much love, Blacktastic, man. Hey, I could just see you reviewing it like that.
Right.
Third act
Right.
was entertaining but ridiculous. Of course, it's Rambo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you watch a Rambo movie, you just have to throw out you have to just throw out physics and reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just know when you're watching a Rambo movie, it's going to be in the absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And yeah, just what you were saying before about when he goes against these gangsters, it's like he literally doesn't put up a fight against them.
Right.
He's, as you said, he's been to an inch of his life, and it's only because they say, I've decided not to kill him, and they're gonna let him live through this pain that this girl goes through.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have been dead not even halfway through the movie.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did I nail it pretty good, man? Did I nail it pretty good, bro? All right, okay, Blacktastic, let me ask you this. If it was called anything else other than Rambo, let's say if it was just its own sly vehicle, nothing to do with the character of Rambo, it was just its own thing, would it have been a better movie to you? Because like you said, it gets away from the Rambo formula, right? If it doesn't feel like a Rambo movie. Every now and then you'll hear the theme, or you see him with the bow and arrow, and that's it. But I think if you just take away Rambo, it does work on its own, because like I said, the first time I watched it, I really didn't really like it until that third act. But when I watched it this time, even though it pissed me off because of the stupid shit that the girl did, but I did like it a lot better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like a good revenge tale.
I agree. Yeah. So, I mean, like we've been saying in our previous Rambo live streams, my introduction was Rambo 4, then 5 in the cinema.
Right.
So I remember vividly seeing this movie in the cinema and walking out with a smile on my face, and I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
is stupid but awesome.
Right, right.
And one thing I will say about this movie, although it's directed by that Adrian Grunberg, who's done one movie before, and also like a co-writer I read up on is someone called Dan Gordon, who's done a lot of TV work.
Okay.
So he helped write this with Stallone. And one thing I like about this movie is that it's not following the typical Rambo formula.
Right.
Because at Stallone, as you said, like if him being like say 70 in this movie, no one's going to believe him running in the forest with long hair anymore.
Right, right.
You know, and I think it's kind of like a nice segue from number 4 that like, he's kind of just been chilling out these past years. He's finally found himself a home where he wants to be and can settle down.
Right.
And I like that they went that avenue with this movie and something different, but it still give us the crazy, bloodthirsty Rambo that we know.
Wow. Yeah. And in a way, Mike, I don't know if you can relate to this, but even though I know I'm watching a Rambo movie, for 4 movies, we just see them in just the worst situations for the stupidest reasons. I would have been almost content with watching an 1.5-hour movie of just Rambo doing shit around the house, grooming his horse, you know what I'm saying, digging his tunnel. I could have, after all the violence and bloodshed that I've seen, I want to see this brother at peace. This man has had no peace since 1982. This man can't even get a sandwich, Mike. I just want to see this man just be at peace, and I would have been content with nothing. But of course, it's Rambo, so we had to have something happen where you bring out the soldier in him again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. After he got his ass whipped within an inch of his life, he healed hella quick. Of course, he's Rambo. He's got that Wolverine healing ability. Come on, man. I thought you knew.
Right.
Take the Rambo title out of it, I would really enjoy the movie more. Okay, yeah. So what messed it up is that it's a Rambo movie, but it wasn't a Rambo movie.
Right.
Right. This movie should have been straight to Netflix. I know. I saw this on the big screen. Did you see it in the movies, Mike? Did you see this on the big screen?
Yeah.
When he took that machete and he came down, you can hear the vessels and the cartilage and all that shit popping when he split that man apart and he ripped his heart out. Okay, I know I'm jumping ahead, but no, Netflix wouldn't have did it no justice, man. Like that whole third act, that whole Kevin McAllister Home Alone on steroids. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be seen on the big screen, man. I disagree there. So, Mike, let me ask you, is this the most violent, even though Rambo more action per se, but is this the most violent version of Rambo that you've ever seen?
I would probably say yes, because I mean number 4 was brutal, and you see everything. But I think the one thing that kind of separates it is, especially when he's in the tunnel in the third act, is like the heads are blown off, but you still see the neck like lingering, but the head's gone. And I don't think you see that in number 4.
Yeah.
But you see that quite a few times. You see them getting spiked and peeled with like one of the things you use with the grass, whatever it's called.
Right.
The raker. You see that going in them. You see again like his heart ripped out.
Right.
And as you said, like the vessels popping as that knife slowly going down and then to the side as well. The head decapitation of Victor.
Oh yes, the brother. Yeah. And the one guy that he actually he dug his fingers into his chest and he like pulled the bone out.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm like, Sly, what's wrong with you, man? How is it that you get more grotesque as you get older? Damn.
It's right though, because I think it's hard to judge, because in the 4th movie he does a lot of kills obviously with like bow and arrows or just with a knife.
Right.
Whereas in this one he's using a knife, he's using bow and arrows, but he's using like shotguns and he's using he's using a lot more weaponry and traps, he said.
Yeah. There was one scene where he had a hammer. Right?
Yeah.
Remember he was going from room to room and he was like just fucking him up with the hammer and telling the girls like, run. No, I can't. Oh shit. And then he goes to the next room. Wow. run. She's like, no, I can't. What the fuck? Nobody nobody wants to leave, but yeah, he was I think this is probably the most violent version of Rambo that we've ever had. Even though it has the least Rambo action, but I think it's the most violent. Like when he put hands on somebody, it was like Michael Myers. Like once he put his hands on you, there was some scary shit. I mean, even when he had Giselle, right? When he was sitting down with Giselle and he's trying, like, he's interrogating her, right? And she's acting like she don't know. And he took that knife and slammed that knife on the table. I jumped. I said, "Yo, he's not playing around.
Right.
He's not joking."
Right. I agree.
Rambo will hurt you,
especially in this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
But and even though I did feel the girl was stupid, man, but that was kind of a heartfelt moment where he was driving her back and he was like telling her that, you know, because of her and her mom, or I think that's her mom, right? Or her grandma, whatever. Or her aunt. Oh no, I think it's her grandma, isn't it? Or her aunt. Yeah, so he's telling her, like, you know, for the first time I had a family, you know what I'm saying? And after all the shit that I've been through, like, you guys brought me back to being a normal person, you know what I'm saying? And as he's saying this, she's she's drifting away. He's trying to keep her up, and that like she dies. You just see the look on his face, like, that's it. Like, I've literally lost everything. I've lost everything. Like, I have nothing else to lose. And I felt more for his character as opposed to the girl dying itself, because you put yourself in that stupid situation. But I really felt for him, man. I'm like, this guy cannot get no peace.
Nah. Yeah, I agree. And I think it's also because, like, in this movie, the woman who plays the grandma, I think, like, she was a likable character.
Yeah.
And at least she was trying to tell her granddaughter, don't go to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So at least someone with Rambo had sense besides him.
Right.
It's like when he realized she died, then breaking the news to her.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like when, like, for the first time we ever see Rambo has a proper friend in any of these movies.
Right.
And yeah, so I definitely get the emotional side, especially that drive back. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, a keyword, proper friend, because yes, Troutman does not count. Troutman was not a friend. All right.
He ain't shit.
Troutman was a user. Okay. Troutman created this Frankenstein monster and just pretended to be his friend, but then would use him to do suicide missions. That's what Troutman was.
Right.
You know, but with the grandmother and the daughter, he actually had a family where it grounded him and made him a person. You know, you see him smile for the first time. Like, Rambo hasn't cracked a smile since the first movie. You know, we see him as a person, and they took that away from him. So so now we're gonna get to the villain of the movie. Okay, it was Victor, and what was the other brother's name? The main guy.
And Hugo.
Okay, which he's on my favorite show right now, Snowfall. He's one of the main characters of Snowfall. Yeah, great actor. I love that guy. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know the name of the actor, but I just know he's dope in everything that he's in. Yeah, Sly was, man, he was like the boogeyman. You know, because you gotta think, man, like, okay, because so he's older, so he has more of like an older look, but his eyes are kind of like drooping down a little bit more, so he's like, you know, always scowling and shit. And Rambo will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get close to that guy. You know.
Nah.
Shit, let me buy you a sandwich, man. That's all he wanted. But yeah, Hugo as a villain, even though he didn't have a whole lot to do, but he was kind of like a cookie cutter villain. But because of the actor, I like the actor. I like everything he's in. He was believable as somebody that could run an organization like that, like human trafficking and stuff. So I did buy his character, but it wasn't a whole lot to him. You know, but compared to other Rambo villains, I thought he was effective. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, I think like the whole segment as to when he goes to like the whole prostitution kind of section, like that, like those scenes were built so well. Although it's a bloodshed, it's like you can see what this guy's built, and he means that he's going to, like, you know, do anything to this girl. And it's not just because there's a lot of these movies where the villain's always like, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to this person, and there's nothing you can do about it. But in the next scene, they've not done anything to them yet. And then the hero saves them. Whereas in this movie, it's a complete opposite. He's already done whatever he can do to this girl. So it kind of gives him this like what a creep kind of factor to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he means what he says, and he's going to do it.
And he did, and that's the thing. Like, because if you like most '80s movies, like they're almost on the brink of death, but the hero always comes through and saves them in the nick of time. And like you said, this time that doesn't happen. Rambo doesn't get there in time, and he gets messed up trying to save her, and they torture this girl. And by the time he gets to her, like, because remember when he was out for like 4 days when he was with that the one chick. She was like a freelance reporter or something like that.
Yeah.
And she said he was asleep for 4 days. So when you hear that, you're like 4 days. So he's like, I could imagine what they did to her. Wow.
Right.
Cut her face, drugged her up. You know what I'm saying? Tortured this poor girl. And I'm like, ugh. If only you had listened.
Right. And as a result, they also mark him on his cheek.
Mm-hmm, yeah, which was nasty. Yeah, the brother at Victor. Yeah, he was he did Victor dirty. He did Victor dirty, man. Like, not only did he leave him like that, but then you see him throw the head out the fucking window, and the head you can hear the head bop and just roll and bounce and shit.
Right.
Crazy,
it was awesome.
Man. Yeah. So as a villain, Hugo worked, and so when Rambo finally got him at the end, you know what I'm saying, it was, I felt some satisfaction, but not as much, like I said, because I wasn't emotionally attached to what happened. But oh man, that's gotta be one of the worst ways to die. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think, I mean, Mike, if it was up to me now, okay, I want to die on top of somebody. That's how I want to go. I don't mean to sound nasty, man, but I'm being honest with you. Okay, I always said, okay, if I have to leave this earth, I want to come and go at the same time. All right, so I feel no pain. I bust, wake up in the pearly gates. There's so many terrible ways to die, man. That's one of them, to get gutted slowly. And he's looking in his eyes as he's gutting him, man.
Right.
Rips his heart out. So the last image that he sees is Rambo with his heart in his hand.
Yeah.
Brutal.
100%. Yeah, I think it's...
Out of all the Rambo deaths, can we agree that that's probably the worst one?
By far.
Yeah.
By far, yeah. Imagine your kind of last moment is to seeing your own heart in someone's hand.
Like Temple of Doom, right?
Right.
I do like the villains in this movie. Okay. Sorry, so Black Taz, I think you like this movie more than you're giving it credit for, man. Because you said, okay, so I'm gonna go back here, man. I should have had you on the stream. So I'm gonna go back a little bit here. So take the Rambo out. You enjoy the movie more, okay? And no, not that one. Sly was intimidating. And you do like the villain. So there was stuff about this movie that you did. So it can't be complete trash, man. Because you are giving it some props.
Right.
History of the films. And with that little montage at the end. Yeah, kind of like they did with Rocky 5. Yeah, man. Yeah. So not a whole lot to this movie, man. It's very straightforward to the point. I think it felt like at an hour and a half or something like that. And and I thought he was gonna die at the end. I thought, being that's called Last Blood, I thought that after the Home Alone shit, because he got shot twice and he was leaking out, you know what I'm saying? Mike, that reminds you of Home Alone, man. Even when, dog, tell me when he was setting up the booby traps, right? You didn't hear that John Williams score in your head, I'm like,
yeah. Well, a message to you saying it was like Rambo versus the Sticky Bandits.
Yeah, the Sticky Bandits, exactly, man. So when he got shot twice, I thought after he gutted your boy, when he sat down in that rocking chair, I thought he was gonna rock, and then as the camera was like panning out, when it was zooming out, I thought eventually the rocking was gonna stop. And he was just kind of like slide. That's what I thought they were gonna do, but they didn't. He ended up surviving.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's one of those where it's interesting because that last scene, that third act that we're talking about, it's Home Alone vibes, but it's also horror vibes. Because there's one part when all the goons go down into the tunnel,
right,
and all you see in like one of the long shots in the tunnel is Sly pops out. He kind of gives someone a little impression, and he goes back in to the high spot, and the goon like jumps like that. He's like, "What was that?" And like you said, it was like Michael Myers popping out, being like, "Oh, I'm here. Watch yourself."
And he's even talking on the loudspeaker. He's like, "Yeah," he said, "if you want to live, go to the light.
Right.
And now, if I'm Hugo, I'm like, man, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Right.
Like, why am I even here? Like, I'm sorry. You know, even though I don't think sorry would have cut it, but at that moment, I've been like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Look, I surrender. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah. I didn't mean to do it, man.
Yeah.
But it had been too late because he told me, look, he said, you took my heart. Now I'm going to take yours. Told him exactly what he was going to do.
He did. He did. Yeah. And man, that third act, awesome. I just love.
I mean,
it was like Home Alone. It's like the booby traps was there. Mm-hmm. The part where he uses the 2 white shells and the shotgun and he shoots them both.
The magnesium. I think it was called magnesium shards or something like that.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, this just reminds me of the paint scene where Kevin's throwing the paint down the pants.
Hey, you horse's ass! You come and get me. Home Alone. Yeah, it was. It was straight up Kevin McAllister, Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the way he just set all the traps up, and I mean, the army pretty much took themselves out. But to add insult to injury, to put the cherry on top, so somebody would get booby trapped, right? They would get messed up, and Rambo would come right behind them and blow their head off with a shotgun while they're already sitting there suffering. They're like, wow.
Yeah.
And then runs to the next one.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing.
No, in that third act, no, especially when he's got that time to build everything in. Well, he builds the tunnel. He then puts everything down underneath the tunnel and above it. So when the army tanks are all coming in, the fire is like going into that way and then leaving just the gap in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he wasn't playing. And then I thought like the same what you were just saying before. Sorry, I was meant to touch on. I thought he was dead as well with them shotguns and the amount of blood that's dripping off him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is the end of Rambo, surely.
Yeah, because because he has no ranch left because the tunnel, like everything's like blowing up. He got rid of his horses, you know what I'm saying, and his friend, you know, the family, the daughter's dead, the woman's gone. There's nothing there. So where do you go from here? Do you just sit in the rocking chair? Do you bleed out? Like what's the future for Rambo? You know.
Well, this is the thing. Yes, I was reading up a little bit just before this stream. Is that I think they initially planned to make another Rambo movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he mentioned this a couple of years ago about doing another one. But he had an idea about doing a prequel before the first ever movie.
Right.
And he wanted to set in like an Indian reservation as to like where his kind of backstory is.
Oh, okay.
But it wouldn't be him playing the character. But I don't think that would work because I only see him as Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like when they try to do that like Han Solo movie. It didn't work, you know?
I think our friend Perez is the only person in the world that actually likes that movie. Perez is the only one that says, yeah, Solo, I mean, people don't like it, but I thought it was a good addition to the Star Wars universe. No, stop.
Right.
It's not. You know. So okay, so with that being said, would you like to see another Rambo movie, or do you think this should be the last one? Don't touch it no more. Just leave it where it is.
You know, man, I'll be intrigued if they ever did another one. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they ended off number 4 with him on the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, he's on the ranch. It's been
right.
like I think it's like 10 or 11 years after Burma and the 4th movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, right, he's had a bit of time, he's settled down, he's maybe finally got a life to himself after all this time and after all the shit he's been through and all the people that's caused him this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what would they do with another movie? Like, he's already set his ranch basically on fire with the vehicles. He's already basically destroyed the tunnels because people are blown up in there and all the bodies. It's just like, what would they do? He's got no family left now. I think the grandmother leaves. I believe.
Yeah, she left, and even the grandmother was like, you know, my heart is cold now. I feel nothing. I don't know if I'm gonna ever feel again. And he was like, yeah, I know, like me too. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing he didn't put a bullet in his own head, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go through what he's been through, especially Vietnam and everything, and you see all that medication that he was on, I'm pretty sure some of those were antidepressants. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's amazing. He just did say, you know what? Fuck it. Wow.
That would make sense.
Yeah, and you know, and that would be the one case because I don't condone suicide, but that would be probably the one exception where I'd be like, you know what, I understand why he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I get it, man. I get it, bro. God has not dealt you the best hand in life, man, and I understand. You know, doing what you did. I wouldn't want to see another Rambo movie, but I love the franchise so much. If they did do another one, I'd watch it. I watched Stallone play Rambo till he's old and in a wheelchair. Okay, he can be 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? Rambo, crippled blood, and I would still go watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would be there as well. Day one, yeah. I would be there. But I think in terms of like if they ever did a sixth movie, I know his next big movie I think he's releasing is like another Expendables movie.
Yeah, Expendables 4, yeah.
So I think I can imagine that's probably going to perform okay at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years since number 3. And I know.
Yeah.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised if that performs well. He's going to get that itch to be like, I'm coming back to Rambo, because he's not coming back as Rocky in the new Creed movie.
Yeah.
So as you said, every time he has a movie, he's like, right, he's back to Rocky or he's back to Rambo. And the only one he's got left now he can do is Rambo.
Expendables, yeah. Oh yeah, you Rambo or Expendables, yeah. A lot of people think Creed 3 is gonna flop. People are sleeping on Creed 3, which makes me root for it even more. Because the whole thing about Rocky and Creed is, you know, the underdog story, the underdog. So right now, Creed 3 is an underdog. Nobody thinks this movie's gonna win.
I think the movie's gonna do well.
I hope so.
Yeah, I enjoyed the last 2 movies.
Yeah, and the way 2 ended with Sly, you know, passing the torch, like, you know, it's your time now. And Michael B. Jordan, I think, is talented enough to carry on the tradition because I think he's great as Donnie. Yeah. You know, I totally buy him as Apollo's son, and you know, and Tessa Thompson as Bianca. So yeah, I think it's gonna do well. And then Jonathan Majors is the new villain. Come on, man, that guy is a beast of an actor, man.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and I definitely think if Stallone's not going to be in this movie, or he's not going to be like a big part like he has been, they're still going to do some acknowledgement to him.
They have to.
Yeah.
Well, whether it be archive footage or just even a mention, you know, hell, I'll even take a telephone conversation where you just hear him on the other line. Hey, Unc, you know, wish me luck in the fight. Hey, yo, you gotta just keep your head up and keep punching. You know, even something as simple as that, man, I would take that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So wrapping up Last Blood. When I reviewed it the first time, I think I gave it a B- the first time I reviewed it. Okay, this time I'll bump it up, man. I just bump it up a little bit. I give it a solid B. I would give Last Blood a B. Yeah,
B or B-. I think both of them fair ratings.
Yeah.
The movie's not terrible. I prefer this over number 3 for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna get to our rankings in a second. So, So now real quick, just the controversy, right? So the controversy was, you know, a lot of Mexican Americans felt offended, and you know, of course, they try to politicize it, saying that, you know, it really paints Mexicans in a bad light and Mexico in a bad light, and not all Mexicans are bad. And but you know, I can understand that argument, but at the same time, not every character in this movie that was Mexican was a bad person. Like, you know, the grandma was a good person. The daughter, the victim, she was, you know, innocent. You know what I'm saying? Even the reporter lady, even though she didn't have a big part, but she was against what was going on. So it's not like everybody in the movie was terrible. You know, it just happened to be that part of Mexico had to do with the story that was going on. You know?
Right. Yeah. And you know, it's one of those things where I don't get why there's controversy for Rambo specifically, when I was saying earlier in the stream, like every movie that's based in Mexico has always involved villains.
Right.
So if there's going to be controversy for Rambo, why is it not controversy for like every movie ever shot in Mexico? You know, it's not just Rambo that's painted some people in Mexico as bad guys.
Right.
Every movie before Rambo's done that.
Yeah. From the Burma people to the you know, the Viet Cong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when in Rambo 2, I don't think there was a lot of Vietnamese protesting like, hey, man, why not all Vietnamese people are bad? What the fuck, man? You know?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, but now the climate that we're at now, man, everything is politicized. Everything. Every fucking thing. You can't say nothing without some politics being involved. Honestly, I hate politics. I do. I hate it, man. Like, if you ever want to fuck up a friendship or any kind of relationship or anything, start talking politics. Like Mike, you ever heard that expression, two things you never talk about in the workplace? Religion and politics.
Yeah.
Because trouble's bound, especially if you're on opposing sides. Oh, trouble's bound to happen.
Right. Yeah. And you know, man, I agree with you. I think, being honest with you, I think one of my favorite movie experiences recently, where it's been a movie not so much based on politics or anything, was Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
It was just a simple, plain movie, and
entertainment.
As a result, it's Tom Cruise's like biggest opening movie like ever.
Yeah.
And still climbing, I think.
Dog, and you hit the nail on the head. It's just a straight up action, entertaining movie. Okay, that doesn't have to do with any kind of, doesn't have any agenda, doesn't have any, not trying to send any kind of message. Just a straight up entertaining, fun time. You pay your hard-earned money for. You want to sit down and just escape the bullshit that's happening in the real world and just immerse into this film, man. And that's what we need more of. We need more movies like that where fuck all the stuff that's here. You know what I'm saying? I want to lose myself in this.
Right. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Like, everything's got to have a message nowadays.
Everything's got to have a message. Yes, I want you, think this way or believe this thing. And, and sometimes I miss it until somebody points it out. Like, yeah, y'all didn't catch that was, I said, oh, shit, yeah, they did.
Right.
But yeah, as far as Last Blood being political, I didn't see it that way. But then again, I can't tell. I can't judge how the next person feels because everybody feels what they feel. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I didn't see it that way.
Right. Same. Yeah. You put it perfectly at the beginning of the stream. It's just a simple revenge tale. That's it.
That's it. And that's all. You know what I'm saying? And entertaining, gruesome, bloody. And I just say, Sly, just stop, well, not so much stop, but just kind of chill on the, because Sly's getting he's just getting real, I don't know, maybe it's his grumpy old age. Because who thinks of shit like that? Okay, so in this scene, I'm going to dig my fingers in there, right? And I'm going to pull his bone out. Okay, the bone symbolizes, no, the bone don't symbolize shit. You just want to break bones, man. Stop.
Right.
Why are you so angry? Just an angry old man. All right, so now let's get to the ratings. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I've got a quick question for you, actually.
Okay.
So I think it's fair to say that Sly's retired Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, but pretty much. I think it's fair also to say that he's kind of retired Rambo. Well, by this movie, you'd think he has.
Right.
But would you like to see Stallone start up with a new franchise and create like a new iconic character?
Yeah. Listen, as long as Sly's breathing and as long as he still can do what he do, yes. I'm a huge Sly Stallone fan. Unfortunately, he hasn't had success of getting other franchises off the ground because I believe Judge Dredd was supposed to be a franchise.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Judge Dredd was like supposed to be the start of a new franchise, and that, Sly tried a couple of times. Expendables was pretty decent franchise, but yeah, I would love to see Sly more stuff, man. I'll watch him until he's like can no longer do anything,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, same here. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to ask.
No, that's cool. No, definitely. Okay, so ratings. All right, so the way I would rate the Rambo movies, I would put
from worst to best here, or
worst to best. Yeah, worst to best. Yeah. So for me, worst is 3. Okay, so I would say 3, 4. Last Blood, then First Blood, and then Rambo 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Two for me is always that always has a special place with me. That second one.
Right. I don't think we're far off. Like, yeah, for me, the worst one's Rambo 3. So yeah, I agree with you. I would say number 4. Yeah, I would probably say Rambo 4, and then Last Blood. But then I think my number 2 is Rambo 2, and the first Rambo movie is my favorite. Yeah, I just love how one thing I want to say is I love how this movie series has started from him wanting a simple sandwich, him ending as Macaulay Culkin's older version.
Yes.
Right.
Macaulay Culkin, Kevin McAllister, Mortal Kombat fatality. Do fatality. Wow, we go from turkey sandwiches to fatalities, man. God bless America. Oh man. Oh, but most people would agree with you though, Mike. Like most people, if you took a poll, most people would say First Blood was the best one. You know what I'm saying? And over as a film overall, I think First Blood is the better movie than 2. But I don't know, something about 2, I guess, because I saw it first, and 2 just spawned so many. Like, I mean, I had the toys. Like, my father for Christmas got me like the whole Rambo collection, bro. Like, Rambo had a line of toys out, kind of like GI Joes. It was called Rambo and the Force of Freedom, right? Just a whole, it came with the vehicles and everything. It had a helicopter with the missiles and stuff. So, and they had a Sega Mega Console. They had the game for the Sega. So Rambo 2 was large, man, and I remember watching it repeatedly on HBO. They were showing on HBO at least like 2 times a day, like all summer. You know what I'm saying? So that second movie just always holds a special place with me.
Right. But yeah, that's understandable, especially as you said, it's your introduction to the franchise. You grew up with toys as well.
Right. So,
yeah. I can see that for sure. And
it's
a great movie. It's like the action, it's big action.
Right.
But it's more realistic action. Whereas again, like the action in number 4 is just out the window, and in number 5 you don't get to hold it up.
Yo, it's like Rambo 4. They just said fuck it.
right.
And the Rambo 5, they just said we don't care. Just the worst deaths you can give people, just do it. You know. Yeah. And the thing about the first one is that he only catches one body. You know what I'm saying? I think he only actually killed, and that was by accident. He didn't even try to kill that person.
Right.
Yeah. So he kills one person by accident and a dog, and that's it.
I just love the first movie with, like, as you mentioned, just like how like stealth focused it was. To be like, right, this guy is trained. You don't mess with him. And again, when he give the enemy the warning, being like, I could kill you right now if I wanted to, but he doesn't.
Right.
Like, I just love like the more grounded. Again, like he was busted for getting a sandwich.
Yeah. And there was also one of the few times that you see like his PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the thing that like, especially when they came back from Vietnam. Like my father would tell me stories about people that he knew that came back from the war, and they was messed up, man, and they didn't have proper counseling at the time. Like now they have like a psychiatrist like at the from your phone. But back then they didn't have counseling, man. So they would come back from Vietnam just screwed up. And that first movie actually showed the effects of what war can do to a person, But it seems like after that first movie, they just said, well, they just totally just scrapped Rambo's PTSD. Like, oh, yeah, he's fine, know.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it's because I think you told me that the first movie is based on the book.
It's a book, yeah.
Yeah, so after then, it's just like Stallone just decided, I'm going to write the scripts and just... And I'd say that's another thing that I love, because the PTSD, it makes you relate with John Rambo.
Right.
And it makes you think, wow, this guy's really been through some shit that we may never experience personally.
Yeah. And
you can feel for his character throughout. And then it's like this last movie you were saying about, obviously whatever happens bad with the girl, Maria, I think she's called. Or I can't remember the name of the girl, but yeah, it's like there's no emotion, because it's like the character of Rambo, it's like all of his backstory went in the first movie.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't get behind him, and then the girl does some stupid decisions, so you can't get behind her. And I think that's why like the first 2 movies specifically are the best ones, because you can get behind them. After that,
you feel for him, like even that, yeah, even that second one, like even though the second one was kind of preachy a little bit, because remember at the end where he has that moment where he's like, John, what do you want? I want what they want, for my country to love us as much as we love it. That's what I want. I'm like, okay, we're getting a little preachy here, but okay, I'm gonna let that one slide,
Right.
But yeah, because the second one was all about freeing the POWs that we left behind. You know what I'm saying? And I think there was some truth to that. I think that even though the war was finished, but there was American POWs that was left behind that were never retrieved. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of just swept it under the rug and said, "Oh no, we got all our soldiers out," but no, there was still people still left there.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So yeah, those first two movies, yeah, dope. And then 3, it's like, God, what happened?
I know.
Yeah, the muscles got bigger, the hair got longer, the knife got bigger, but the movie was just ugh.
And I think that's the thing. Like, you can comment on this way more than I probably ever can.
Mm-hmm.
But you were saying, throughout this whole thing when we've been talking, that every single movie's always comparing himself to Schwarzenegger, always trying to outdo Schwarzenegger, whereas Schwarzenegger wasn't doing that. He was making more. He was branching out into more genres of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Stallone was just like, "Oh, I'm going to just try outdo his kills in that movie.
Right.
I'm going to do it better." And again, you can talk about that more because I've not seen Commando and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
no, it's true. No, there's truth to that. Yeah. The Sly's whole thought process was okay. Sly. I mean, Arnold did this. Okay, in my movie, the explosions have to be bigger. The guns have to be louder. You know what I'm saying? The knives, like, okay, the knife that he had in Predator, that Arnold had in Predator, Rambo had to top that. Because if you notice, each Rambo movie, the knives got bigger. So when he saw that knife in Predator, he said, "Oh shit! Well, look, I gotta get a bigger knife."
Well, that's it. Yeah, I think this series would have been like more remembered, especially like after number 2.
Right.
If he did the Rambo movies and continued on all the suffering he's had from that first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as the movies keep going on, his PTSD gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And you constantly see him on like new tablets. You constantly see him on doing X, Y, and Z, while also doing some kills, of course.
Yeah.
Or getting himself into a situation. But like, his character develops. You don't get that after number 2. Mm-hmm. It's just like, oh, he's starting to get a bit older and he's now on a ranch. That's his whole arc.
That's it, yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of touch on it a little bit, like in the 4th movie when he's dreaming, when he's having the flashbacks of the previous movies. Okay, they kind of touch on it a little bit. Then the last movie, he's taking all that medication, which I guess is a implication of, okay, well, he is kind of screwed up because he has to take all these medicines now,
Right.
Which they never specify what kind of medication he's taking, but you're just assuming it's for either his arthritis or his schizophrenia, or
Yeah, but they like, for example, like what you've just said, like in the 5th movie, they could have really explored that.
Right.
Like
I agree.
Even the first 15 minutes being like, right, what's he been up to over the last 11 years since the events of Burma?
Mm-hmm.
And then it could have just been like a quick. I know it's again outside the realm of Rambo movies, but even if it's done a very quick trip to the doctors, or the doctor saying, if you don't start to take these medicines, your conditions are just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
So then it then builds up a story of his arc. Right, we know what he's done in the last 11 years. We know what these medication pills are for, as you said, because we never find out about what it's for. And I think that would have made us feel more for him when he's starting to get shot and the blood starting to go from him.
Mm-hmm.
And you think like, oh, he's going to die, because you're like, oh, wow, he's been through all of this in the last 11 years trying to get better. And we've just got some arc to it. And that's what I would have liked to have seen.
My God, I think that'd have been perfect. Yeah, that'd have been perfect, and that would have made the ending that much more effective, knowing that like you said, the doctor visits, and like, damn, like, okay, he's been through this shit in the last 11 years, and now he's in this rocking chair bleeding out. I think that would have added a more emotional punch. Yeah, I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah,
I think the thing with Sly that he tends to do, he has a tendency of doing this, is that I guess Sly feels like if you drag a movie out too long, you'll lose the audience. Because if you notice, I can't name one movie, or the last movie that Sly did that was over 2 hours long. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has this thing where he feels like if it's over a certain time, you're gonna lose the audience. And he said this when there's a documentary on YouTube about the making of the recutting of Rocky IV. And he
I
was
watched
saying,
that. Yeah.
yeah, you saw it. Yeah. So there was a part in there where he said his mindset when he was making Rocky 4 was that he wanted to make it really quick, just real quick, because he felt like the audience would have, they would have ADHD. They would get lost. And he kind of like, so he kind of rushed everything instead of fleshing it out like how it's supposed to be. And he has a tendency of doing that. And this movie, is an example of that. Because like you said, if it was fleshed out more and we felt more for the character, and I think it would have been a more effective film.
Right.
My humble opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd say like even if they had just 10 minutes extra, because as you said, it was only like a 90-minute movie to start with.
Right.
So it's if you want to keep it under 2 hours, he still had half an hour to play with. And I think like especially as this was supposed to be the last out and the last blood,
right?
He could have really like wrapped up all these insane outings of number 3 and number 4, tied in what he's been up to. And I think you would have really felt for that moment, the rocking chair, especially as you said, like if it was just about to stop and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that's our hero gone after all this time.
Yeah. But I mean, what's that?
But I was just saying, like, as you said, like Rocky 4, just don't touch that. And just like, nah, 90 minutes, that's enough.
Yeah. Just, well, and I'm glad they did. You can't kill Rambo or Rocky, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are two characters that I don't ever want to see die.
Right.
I mean, even though I was a fan, I mean, I did like The Last Jedi, but looking back on it now, it pisses me off because you have the OG characters like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, like you bring them in just to kill them in the same movie. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't kill an iconic character like Luke Skywalker. You don't kill, iconic character like Han Solo. You know what I'm saying? You don't kill. You just don't do that.
Right.
Maybe a secondary character okay, you can blow up. Well, I don't know, not even 3PO. Nah, hold up.
Like Jar Jar Binks or something.
There you go. Yeah. Like a secondary character that's been around, popular, but to kill off Luke Skywalker like that was sacrilege, man.
I agree. It wasn't It wasn't like a warranted death either.
Yeah. I mean, even though I did lose my shit when I saw that he was able to not teleport, but what's that shit like? Yeah, I guess that forced teleportation that he did. Yeah. I thought that shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, I didn't know Jedi can do that. So when I saw that, I was like, yo, but then when he fell and he I'm like, wow, you really killed Luke Skywalker.
Well, that was stupid.
Stupid, yeah. So
like, I love when he did that teleportation and like, being honest with you, I remember watching that movie in the cinema, and when that happened, and when he was squaring up to Kylo Ren, I got chills. I was like, wow, they've brought back like him in his black attire as well. I was like, bravo.
Yeah.
And then when he got killed, I was just like, why? In the first place, leave him in bloody episode 6, and that's it.
Yeah. So the whole point of me saying that is that, like a Rambo, Rocky, Luke Skywalker, you don't kill these characters. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can kill the Terminator because the Terminator is a machine. He's on the assembly line. You just bring him back for the next movie, But to kill off a main character like that, you just don't do that.
Unless, as we've just said, about Rambo, Last Blood, as we both probably agreed on, like if they had a really good backstory in this movie, and they made it nearly 2 hours and give it like that so emotional depth that I think all Rambo fans, including myself, now that I've seen them all, wanted. I think that in itself would be a good way to kill him off because, as you said, there would be the only case you would think like, he could maybe commit and top himself,
Yeah.
Like that would be the one scenario because he's gone through all that stuff, especially with the war and the PTSD.
Yeah.
But because they don't do that, then I don't really.
Yeah, I mean, if they did go that route, even though I just got through saying you can't kill a character like Rambo, if they would have did it the way you just mapped it out, I'd have been at peace with that because he died, on his own terms. You know what I'm saying? At peace, finally in the rocking chair like his father. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you caught that when she said, your father used to sit in that rocking chair and he would just rock and not say anything. So that'd have been a poetic way to go. But I would have shed a tear. I would have.
But yeah, I see like this movie, like as you said, like I would have been in tears as well
Mhm.
because just that emotional weight behind it, and then plus that would have got people talking, being like,
Right.
"Oh, have you seen Rambo: Last Blood? He dies."
He dies at the end.
People love spoilers after 30 seconds the movie's finished.
Yeah. Not saying no names, but
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it would have had that weight to it, and people probably would have gone out to the cinema to see it.
Mhm.
But people back then, spoiling the movie, would just been like, "Oh, Rambo lives."
Yeah. Rambo. You talking about the same guy that went head on with the damn helicopter in the tank? Yeah. He's Superman. You can't kill Rambo. He's Superman.
Right.
Or even though he was supposed to have died in the first movie, like, because did you see the original ending for First Blood?
No.
It might be on YouTube because I got the DVD where they have the alternate ending. So they did shoot an ending where he died. So like in the book and in the original script, when he goes to hug Troutman, the gun goes off and he shoots himself.
Wow, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he originally died, and then when they screened it for a test audience, the test audience hated it.
Wow.
So they said, yeah, so let's change this to where he lives, because it was like, what the fuck? You're like, he died? Like, no, man. And so the author of the book actually disowned the movie because they changed the ending that he died. Yeah, the author was like, man, the author was like, man, you totally just butchered my fucking story, man. And they said, well, fuck you. We're trying to make money out of a franchise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a highly entertaining franchise, though.
Mm-hmm.
Even after number 2, and it goes just crazy.
Right.
I'm still watching number 4 and 5 and have a good time with them, and just switch off. Be like, right, he's Superman. That's fine.
Yeah. No, I told you, man. I told you from the first one. I said, Mike, each movie he's gonna become more superhuman. Okay. By the third movie, he takes the super soldier serum and he's straight up Winter Soldier. I told you. Oh man. Well, Mike, I ain't gonna hold you much longer, man. I know you just got done with the stream, and I appreciate you coming on this one. So yeah, this has been fun, man. Talking Rambo with you and then reintroducing you to these films. And but yo, we got more Sly films to come, man.
I'm looking forward to them. I've heard so much about some of the films. Like I've heard about you talking about Cobra.
Yeah, that's on the list.
I'm intrigued to check out Over the Top. I've never seen it. And
Tango and Cash we got coming up.
Never seen that.
Yeah, Tango and Cash. Lock Up.
I'm even intrigued to see. Is it Rhinestone?
You have to go with Jacob on that one. Yeah, Jacob had that movie has a special place in Jacob's heart. But I've never even finished Rhinestone, bro. It used to come on HBO when I was a kid, and just the moment I saw Sly singing country, I turned it. I couldn't handle it. Yes, yeah. Play that in your mind. Sly Stallone singing country.
Nah.
Yeah. Jacob sit there tapping his foot like, that doesn't sound half bad. I'm like, what are you smoking? No, man.
Bro, like when I'm driving in the car, I listen to country music, but I can never imagine Stallone singing country music.
Man. And Mike, trust me when I tell you, it's worse than what you think. Okay, it's just, even if you played in your mind how he would possibly sound, when you actually see, you're gonna be like, oh God, that's terrible. Sly, what are you thinking, man?
Bro, we're gonna have to cover that movie. Me, you, Jacob, and Blacktastic.
You know what? That's a challenge I'm willing to accept.
Right.
That's a challenge I'm willing to accept, but not now. Next, next we have Commando. That's gonna be next on the list.
I'm looking forward.
Oh man, you talking about 80s cheese fest, adrenaline, fucking filled, testosterone filled. Okay, by the time the movie's over, you want to do like 30 push-ups. That's how much testosterone is in this movie, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it, because even like a lot of Schwarzenegger's older movies, I've not seen them.
Oh, okay.
So I've never seen that one.
Well, then you'll see why Sly was in such competition with them.
Right. Right.
Arnold was our prime Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, he was the man. He was the man. Yeah,
he was
that.
Jacked.
He was not only was he jacked, bro, but he had just this charisma, the screen presence about him, and he was just a naturally funny guy. And you'll notice in the later years, like in the later 80s, Sly tries to add, be more comedic. Like Rambo 3. There was some parts where he was trying to be funny. I'm like, that seems out of, I don't know but it felt out of character for him. Like, that's not Rambo. Yeah. Rambo doesn't crack jokes.
Well, you've said this in your previous live streams with what we've done, a personality of a wet mop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. So, but that's competing with Arnold, because Arnold is like the king of puns and one-liners, you know what I'm saying? And Sly's like, fuck. And now I gotta do one-liners. And you're gonna see this mostly in Tango and Cash. There's times in Tango and Cash where it's gonna be kind of cringe because Sly tries so hard to keep up with Kurt Russell, because Kurt Russell, he's another guy. He's just naturally funny, really quick on his feet. And Sly tries to top, like he tries to compete with him and top him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of almost like Tommy Lee Jones was trying to keep up with Jim Carrey in Batman Forever. It was like that.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So at times you're gonna be like, Sly, stop. No.
I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah.
You know what those though, I will say very quickly, it's been an absolute blast covering these like 80s movies and just these franchises, because before yourself, I'd never seen the Rocky movies. I'd only ever seen the last 2 Rambo movies, so I feel like I'm slowly starting to get more in the 80s vibe, and I'm loving it. Really, really am.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Classes,
you know what I'm saying? Yo, Mike, by the time we get to say Tango and Cash, you're gonna be having a mullet, okay?
Well, it's growing right now.
It's growing in right now. Yeah, man. You got the mullet, the fucking earring hanging out the ear. You know what I'm saying? The tan. You know what I'm saying? Like that's 80s 101.
Right.
Had to have a mullet. Had to have a tan. Had to have an earring.
I'm excited. I think one thing I've also just noticed as well, I wanted to quickly add, is when you've been comparing like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, again, I've not seen a lot of their older movies. Obviously, I'm starting to watch them with you.
Right.
But one thing I've noticed is, apart from the Terminator, Schwarzenegger doesn't do franchises.
Sequels, now he doesn't. Nope.
Like, I think he realizes, right, well, it's not going to be as good as this. I'm out.
Yeah. Outside the Terminator, only sequel I think he did was Conan, because he did Conan. It was Conan the Barbarian was first, and then he did Conan the Destroyer right before the Terminator. But the only reason he did that was because he was contractually obligated to do it. So he was under contract with Dino De Laurentiis, so he had to do Conan. But other than that, Arnold really he doesn't do sequels.
No, but I think that's what separates him from Stallone. And that's why, like, because as you said, like, when you think of Stallone, you think of Rocky, and you think of Rambo.
Right.
And of course, you mentioned he's got like Cobra and Over the Top and stuff like that. But you think of those two as the main ones. Whereas, like, if I think of Schwarzenegger, although I may have not seen some of these films, you think of Jingle All the Way, think of Terminator, you think
Predator,
of True Eyes, Commando, Predator,
right,
The Running Man, Total Recall,
yeah.
So many, so many. And I think that's the difference. And I think that's why still, like, Schwarzenegger now has got it where he can go into basically any movie he wants to.
Right.
Whereas Stallone's like, he's action, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. Because when you see Stallone, the first thing you're gonna, without even thinking about it, without even trying, you're gonna see Rambo or Rocky. You know what I'm saying? And he knows this, But you look at Arnold, you know what I'm saying? You might say the Terminator, but like you said, there's so many. Like, his catalog is so diverse. You can go to any one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can go from I'll Be Back to Get to the Chopper. Whereas Sly, it's like, Adrian, I did it. You can quote any Rocky movie, but it's still Rocky. But with Arnold, it's like, you can go to Mr. Freeze. Everybody chill.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh, Batman and Robin? Oh, you're in for a treat.
I know.
You're in for a treat. It's so bad, it's good, bro. Yeah, it works better. Works better with alcohol.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, Well, the last two. So the original Batman movies, very quickly. I know we're going a bit off topic, but very quickly. The original Batman movies, I've seen the original Batman and I've seen Batman Returns, and I haven't seen the other two. But every time I've seen those two, I've always had beer and a pizza.
Yeah. So. Those were the best ones of the Burton Schumacher era. So so Batman and Batman Returns were the best ones, and then Batman Forever was cool for its time, just because Batman was back and it's more lighthearted now, a little bit more more family friendly. But I feel the movie definitely didn't age well, and Val Kilmer to me is probably the worst Batman. Well, second to worst Batman. Behind George Clooney.
I was going to say.
Behind George Clooney. But I will say George Clooney was a better Bruce Wayne than Val Kilmer. George Clooney's Bruce Wayne actually worked. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he pulls off the whole playboy persona, the arrogant, pompous, asshole that Bruce Wayne's supposed to be. Like George Clooney pulls that off.
Wow, okay.
It's his Batman, that shit. Because George Clooney has this thing, Mike, that he does with his head where he can't stop his head from moving. If you ever watch any of his movies, if you notice, he's always doing this shit, right?
Right. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So imagine that, but with the cowl on. So it's like, hey, Freeze, I'm Batman.
I'm gonna have to watch them and review them on my channel.
You have to, bro. And he doesn't even Clooney just said, fuck it. He doesn't even try to disguise his voice. Like, okay, Keaton, he disguised it a little bit like, I'm Batman. Right. George Clooney, hey, Freeze, I'm Batman. No, you're not. You're Bruce Wayne.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I think Clooney's the only one that didn't even try, man. He just said, I don't care.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff. Oh my God, Arnold. Like, man, matter of fact, challenge yourself. Take a drink every time Arnold says an ice pun.
I'll be drunk.
You be piss ass drunk. I mean, from the beginning of the movie, Mike, the ice puns never end. Yeah.
I tell you one thing that would be cool is the new Flash movie that they're making, where they're doing the Flashpoint where it goes in all the multiverses.
Right.
Imagine if Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze pops up.
I would love to see it.
The fans would go nuts.
I would. Right. If I'm in the crowd and Flash happens to run up in Schumacher world, Batman, and I hear, tonight Gotham Freeze is over. Yes. That shit, it's gonna get a bigger pop than Andrew Garfield.
Right.
For real, man. Yes, I would love to see that. Yeah, bad. I mean, people shit on the movie because it's a bad movie, but I think if you go into it knowing it's a bad movie and just have fun with it, bro, I think you'll have a blast.
That's what I'm gonna go into it as. Yeah. And for anyone watching, we did talk about Rocky, but we've got on to Batman.
Oh yeah. This is a Rambo review, but yeah, we're off into Batman now. Sorry. Yeah. And if you got a problem with it, so be it. So be it, Jedi. All right, well, Mike, I ain't gonna hold you, man. So I'm gonna give you the floor to plug in your channel and what you have coming up and all that good stuff. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, again, man, just thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast, and I can't wait for Commando. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of things coming up, I just dropped a review yesterday for the Netflix Death Note movie. I've got Perez and Big Rob Theory on that one. This week I think I'm going to do a Back to the Fans. That's going to be coming up. And to be honest, man, like there's no movies out this week. Nah. Except Jurassic World on Friday for us.
I'll go see it Thursday. I'm going to see it Thursday in Dolby again. I'm excited. Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes, and scary too. Yeah.
Right.
I did just watch your review today for the A24 movie. What's it called? Men.
Men.
Yeah. I saw your review for that, and I was surprised. I know you don't do A24. And surprisingly, you didn't shit on it. I mean, you didn't give it much love either, but it kind of was in the middle for you there. So I was like, okay, this may not be. If Mike didn't shit on it, then it must not be too bad.
Bro, I'm gonna put it this way. So, because I know you're like me, and you feel the exact same with A24, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say that we basically don't like any or many of their movies. I think we both appreciate like the art and like it tries to do something different, but ultimately, I think it's fair to say that we're not a huge fan of them.
Right.
If you go see Men or you check it out streaming or whatever, the first 2 acts of that movie is brilliant. It's just suspense, it's thriller, it's just like kind of like this woman goes to a secluded countryside and she's basically getting stalked, and every man that she meets is very creepy. It's very eerie.
Oh wow.
And that alone, I was like, I'm sold.
Okay.
But then that third act, you're not ready.
Hey, knowing A24, I'm probably not going to be. I'm never ready when it comes to those films.
I'm just going to say this, bro. Whatever you've seen in Hereditary, A Midsummer, Lamb, because I know you've seen Lamb.
Yeah.
I avoided it. This, they haven't done this before, and this is different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The third act lost me. I was like, I'm out. But the first 2 acts, brilliant.
Wow. Well, you know what? That's how I felt when I saw X. I was like, what am I watching? You ever seen X? I mean, I'm probably like a lot of people did like it, but
Nah.
Yeah, I'm in the theater. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking around like, am I the only one seeing this? And Mike, I'm in the theater laughing. I'm like laughing out loud and not laughing in a good way. I'm laughing at the absurdity of what I am watching.
Right.
The hell?
Yeah, your review.
Yeah.
But, it's like yourself. It's like I've got one of those cinema cards where you can go whenever you want. Whenever the A24 movie's out, I'm just like, nah.
I got one of those AMC A-list movie pass things.
Awesome.
Yeah, because Perez put me on that. So so I get to see 3 movies a week. I was like, okay, and IMAX, Dolby, or 3D. I said, well, damn, you can't top that.
Bro, I would love to see your review on Men. I really would.
I don't know.
Especially when you get 3 movies a week now. There's nothing else out apart from Jurassic World. You've got movies to waste.
I might go see Maverick again. Am I allowed to see the same movie twice, I wonder?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Hell yeah. Bro, Maverick is awesome.
Yeah, I think I might see Maverick again. I can't.
Nah. Bro, yeah. I mean, Maverick's easily in my top 10 for the year. Easy.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
Top 5.
Yeah, I would agree. And hopefully Jurassic World can get up in there, because I love the first Jurassic Park. Lost World I thought was cool. Jurassic 3. Yeah. Okay, Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World I thought was crazy. I love Jurassic World.
Yeah,
with the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex. That was some Godzilla shit. Now, Fallen Kingdom, I don't know what happened. Fallen Kingdom was very weird.
It was, and it kind of felt like a filler movie. But I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. Yeah,
I think it gets too much hate for what it was. I appreciate it wasn't as good as Jurassic World.
Right.
And I think this new one, I don't think it's going to be as good as that Jurassic World. I'm hoping it's going to surpass it. I hope it's going to be one of the best in the franchise.
Right.
But I haven't got strong feelings.
I hope so. Because Fallen Kingdom was like, wow. So you actually gave a human dinosaur DNA, so that little girl was like part dinosaur, and then all the dinosaurs escaped at the end. So now they're roaming the earth with us. I said, okay, they went there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I think with the new Jurassic World, I think if they embrace that crazy, stupid plot with the dinosaurs all over the world now, or they're all living within the humans, and that some dinosaurs are just eating humans for fun, they just don't care.
Yeah.
I think that could make a great movie. But I mean,
potential,
but from the trailers, Chris Pratt is still trying to do his control.
Right, with the Raptors.
And even like the T-Rex, I was like, you ain't controlling the T-Rex.
Yeah, like. But Mike, can you imagine how scary that is? Okay, imagine if the dinosaurs really did roam the earth with us, right? And you go outside to take your trash out, and then in the bushes, out of the bushes comes a big ass T-Rex head. Holy shit! You know what I'm saying?
I'd be that way.
Yeah. Well, because they're used to it. Okay. Oh shit. Because remember, if you stay still, he can't see you. So you have to stand there with that trash in your hand and wait till he walks by you. That was close, you know.
Right, yeah.
Because it happens all the time, you know.
It just from the trailer, it just seems like a dumb plot where the dinosaurs are roaming. But I think the main plot of it is Blue, the raptor,
right,
as the dinosaur baby, and I think his goal is to get the baby back. But I'm just like, Blue can't talk.
yeah. So how does he communicate with you?
The dinosaur back.
Right.
That's the plan. Surely Blue should be going.
You would figure, yeah. And it looks like at one point, I guess Blue kind of turns on him, I think, or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, Mike, honestly, man, I'm expecting some absurd shit, kind of like Fallen Kingdom, but hopefully it gives me the entertainment that I got from that first Jurassic World. That first Jurassic World was crazy. I loved it.
Right. Same.
Yeah. So I mean, I remember like the crowd was going crazy when that T-Rex came out. Like, you know, when the boys like, you know, we need more teeth. And when that thing opened up, we're like, is that who we think it is? And that motherfucker popped out. Woo! Everybody started cheering. Yeah, like yes.
I agree.
So I'm ready for it, man.
Same. I think everyone can expect to see reviews from both me and Rashad on Jurassic World this week.
Facts. My review should be dropping Friday, and I'm assuming you're gonna drop yours Friday as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what time I'm seeing it on Friday, but I'm gonna try to go to early showing as possible if I can.
Okay.
Even if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna go.
Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot they show movies that early over there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they do.
Okay. Did you review Stranger Things yet, or do you watch Stranger Things?
I've seen the entire 4 seasons.
Okay.
I didn't review it, no, because I know Perez mentioned on his, because Perez just reviewed it, and he was thinking about doing a live stream.
Okay.
And I was kind of thinking about doing one, but I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I don't want to kind of do one if he's doing one.
Right.
But yeah, I watched Stranger Things. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have some gripes of it for sure. But
oh yeah. Well, I loved it, bro. I did a little kind of review on it, but what I loved most about it, bro, was the Elm Street vibes. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite horror movie of all time, man. So that first episode, I was like, Elm Street. I said Tina. I said she was Tina and Eddie is Rod. I said, yeah. I think that's probably my favorite season so far, man. I love season 4.
Yeah, it's been awesome so far. I'm excited for the second part.
Yeah, facts. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, yes, well, definitely, somebody needs to do a live stream after that second part comes out. You know, like once the season like officially wraps up, yeah, we definitely gotta chop it up and talk about it, man, because this shit's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, what's the villain's name? Vecna?
Vecna.
Yo, probably the best horror villain that we've had since fucking the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers.
Right.
I can't think of anybody more as iconic.
Yeah. One thing I love about the villain, just very quickly, is I agree with you. I just love the fact that when you first get an introduction to Vecna, it's menacing. It's kind of terrifying.
Right.
Especially when you see the clock. Because let's face it, we're all on a timer in life, right?
Right.
So when they see a clock, imagine if our time was coming and all you see is the clock, you'd shit yourself.
Facts.
So I love that aspect about it, and that these people have got limited time and Vecna's coming from them. And the Grim Reaper as such.
Yeah, look, 1, 2 phrase coming for you.
Right.
Right. Yo, shout out to Robert Englund too, man, because my daughter, she watched it before I did, And because I had to work that night, and she was like, "Dad, just wait. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's somebody from A Nightmare on Elm Street that you're gonna notice." I said, don't say nothing else. She's like, no, but Dad, you're gonna lose your mind. So when I came home, and as soon as I saw the finger scratching the desk, I said, I know who it is. And he turned around. I said, the OG,
yeah,
Robert Englund himself, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get in touch with Perez and see if he's doing a live stream, or if not, I'll host one because I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whichever one, man. Look, I hop on with that, with y'all and chop it up.
Oh yeah, you'd be the first guest I'll invite.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Mike.
Of course, bro.
All right, man. So we're about to head on out, man. Even though we kind of veered off a little bit, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I could talk movies and stuff all day, man.
Same.
But about to get my ass to work, and Mike, I'm assuming Sunday Funday you're gonna have a couple of brewskis and watch some throwbacks, and no brewskis.
So it's I've just checked. It's 10:35 here at night. I've got to have a shower, and I've got work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Gotcha.
So, no, I wish.
Yeah, I know. I wish too, man. I gotta go to work after here, and I'm working till like 11 o'clock tonight. So yeah.
Damn, bro.
Hey, is it saying the Mafia? What are you gonna do? The fuck you gonna do? I mean, I can sit here all the day and ask for a handout, but now I gotta go out there and freaking work for a living. Oh.
Bro, honestly, I know I've got my live streams, like my weekly live stream and my like cinema horror story ones.
Yeah.
If I was to ever start an impression live stream, you're on.
Yeah, I do all right, man. I do all right. I see Black Tastic got a kick out of my impression of him.
Yeah. It was spot on.
Shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all, thanks for everybody that tuned in. As far as myself, what I got coming up, so far, nothing until Jurassic World. So go back and watch some of my older videos to fill that void until I hit you up on Friday. And that's it, and that's all. So Mike, thanks for joining me, man. So I got Mike from Did You See That? Rashad G Review signing out. See y'all in the next video.
Bye, everyone. See ya.